Hi and welcome back. Let's take your Cookidoo experience to the next level. So in this video, we're going to show you how to personalize recipes to suit your household, create your own guided recipes, and import community favorites all in one place. And don't forget, your consultant can walk you through this too if you'd like a helping hand. Let's get started. Now, even though Cookidoo has a vast array of recipes, like I said, you've got access to over 100,000 recipes on here. Occasionally, you want to add your own recipes that perhaps you have created yourself or have been passed down throughout the family, and you'd like to have them available on the screen of your Thermomix, just like when you are searching for recipes on Cookidoo that you can use as guided cooking. Easy to do with Cookidoo because we have a creating recipes feature. Now you will find this feature under My Recipes. So if you click on My Recipes, you will see there is a selection here, a tab called Created Recipes. When you click into this, you will see that you have in the bottom right hand corner a green plus button. This is where you would go if you wanted to now upload your own recipes onto Cookidoo. You have a choice of either creating a recipe or importing a recipe. We'll get to importing a recipe in just a moment because in actual fact, under created recipes, not only can you create your own recipe, you can duplicate or edit an existing recipe from Cookidoo, and you can import from our recipe community. But let's just start with creating a recipe first. And maybe I want to add my family's favorite flavored custard, which isn't on Cookidoo at the moment, and that is Jaffa custard. My family loves Jaffa custard. Now, you can upload your own image here. It will take you to your camera because you can do this on the app. Or in this case, we're going to go to pictures and I'm going to find my Jaffa recipe photo. You can crop it and then you can upload it from there. So that's my Jaffa recipe. It's not a fantastic image, but that's okay because I'm the only one that's seeing it. And we can start adding things. We can change the title. We can add how long it takes. We can add to prepare, that is, and we can add a total time that it takes, and we can add portion sizes. So I'm going to leave the portion size at 4 because I know that it does actually serve 4. I know that it only takes 10 minutes in total, so I can confirm that it's 10 minutes, and the prep is literally 2 minutes. All right, then we start to populate our ingredients, and finally it'll be preparation steps. So in ingredients, I know that I want 20 grams of cocoa or cacao. It's totally up to you which one you want to use. And then I'm going to add with that rind of 1 orange. And I will also add 60 grams of sugar. And then I'll continue adding these ingredients. I also need obviously some milk, I need some flour, and they're the next 2 ingredients that I'll need. Now when we go here to preparation steps, we add our first step. So we want to place, and I'm going to go to my ingredient list, and I'm going to put cocoa. I want some cocoa. I also want the rind of the orange, and you can separate that with a comma if you like. Rind of 1 orange, and finally the sugar into a bowl and mix or mill. And this is where I'd go to my blade setting and add how long I want it to be milled for. Now, because I've got the rind of the orange in there, if it was just sugar and cocoa, it'd be 10 seconds. I'm going to go 20 seconds, not minutes, 20 seconds. I don't need a temperature, and I need that on about speed 10. And then I'm going to tick. Now, that's literally put in my first step. I've got my ingredients in there, and I've got my function, my speed, and how long. If it needed a temperature, I could add that there too under the cooking settings. So I'll tick that. That's my first step. The next step after that, when I had more ingredients, I would add my milk and my flour, and then I'd cook it off for however long I want to cook it, or I might want to use thicken mode as well. You can continue on doing this, adding your steps and your ingredients till you've finished your recipe, and then you'd go into the top right hand corner here and press confirm. And then there you've got your Jaffa custard recipe all ready to go. I can add it to my cook today, to my weekly plan. If I wanted to, I can edit that recipe. I can even share it to friends and family if I want to. And what you'll find is when you do add it to one of those areas, it will then be on the screen of your Thermomix, and on a TM7 it'll look exactly like a guided recipe that we've created for you will look, which is just awesome. So that's how you create recipes from scratch. Let's have a look at how you can duplicate or edit an existing recipe. So let's just say here I wanted to do a chowder. And maybe it's a corn chowder. Here we go, sweet corn and potato chowder. That looks fantastic. Now, if I only wanted to make one change to this recipe, or I had a note for myself, I can actually add notes to recipes now, and they also will be available on the screen of the TM7. But I wanted to add more cooking time. So increase cooking time by 5 minutes, because I know I want it a little bit longer. Perhaps it's a pasta recipe where it's al dente and I wanted to have it not so al dente. So that might be the only tweak or change that I make. Then I'd confirm, and here's my recipe notes. However, I might like to actually change it a little bit more than that, in which case I'd go to my more, 3 dots, and I would add it to my created recipes. So here we are in the recipe. I can adjust the image, the title, any of the steps and portion sizes if I'd like. And we're just going to go to the ingredients, and you'll see I can adjust those too. So let's just say that this particular recipe, I'd like to add some cream to that ingredient list. So I'm going to put 50 grams of cream because I know it just makes it super creamy and thickens it up a little bit. We're going to tick confirm, and these 3 dots here allows me to either delete the ingredient if I made a mistake, or I can change the order. And all I have to do is select the ingredient and bring it up to exactly where I want it to be placed. In this case, let's go back to that. I want it straight after my milk, and I'm just going to press, not done yet. We're going to go to our preparation step because we can't forget to add it here. We are going to press done. Now it's going to let me go into a preparation step, and I'm just going to add the cream here by going to the ingredient list, selecting it from the ingredient drop down. There it is. It's got our water, milk, and if I want to not really have 50 grams of cream because that's going to come up automatically on my scales, I can just take it as just cream, press my little comma, tick, and there it is. So I can do anything I want to this recipe because it's now in my created recipes. I can adjust maybe spices, and instead of caraway and fennel seeds, I might like us to put some cumin in there. It's totally up to you. Press confirm and done, and there we have it. In our created recipes, there is our sweet corn and potato chowder, and just like any other recipe, I can add it to my weekly plan, to my shopping list, and I can share that recipe here. Now we're ready to look at importing a recipe from our recipe community. So recipecommunity.com.au is a platform where anybody who owns a Thermomix can jump on and add their recipes there, and you can cook them, you can star rate them, you can ask questions of the person that's created that recipe, and you can import them if you find a recipe that you love into your Cookidoo platform so that you can also have it in created recipes and see it on the screen of your Thermomix. Let's just say we go to our recipe community and I'm looking for some waffles. So I'll type into my recipe search waffles. I'm going to scroll down and see which waffle recipe takes my fancy. And here I can see there's one called Classic Waffles. It's got a 4.7 star rating from 100 ratings. I can see it looks like a really good recipe. Let's click into it. You can go and look at the comments of each of these recipes too before you make a decision. And then here in the right corner in the green, it says Add to Cookidoo. If I select that and press confirm, what you're going to see is that it's now added it to my created recipes and I can edit it from there if I want to. I can change the image if I want, again, and of course, like we did before, any of the ingredients and prep steps can be changed. And then it's just simply press done and there is my recipe. Sorted. It's as easy as that. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you in this video is scaling recipes up and down. Occasionally, you'll come across a recipe where maybe it's not enough or it's too much for you or your family, and you want to either scale it down and scale it up. Some of these recipes, we have done that for you. For example, let's just have a look at pumpkin soup. That's a popular recipe. And we're going to click into pumpkin soup. If the recipe has in actual fact been scaled by us, let's just move me over to this side, you will see in the serving size an option for you, a choice. In this case, you can go to 2 servings or 4 servings. If I click on 2, you will see that the ingredients are automatically adjusted to suit 2, and the preparation steps and times have also been adjusted for you. If I go back to 4, again, you'll see it's been adjusted for you. And when you save that recipe, it will save it in that portion size that you've selected. So if I put it into my weekly planner or my shopping list or a collection, it will save it in whatever you have selected here in the serving size. Now let's just go back and assume that I want to select a different recipe that hasn't been scaled by us. So you will see here in the left-hand corner that you can, this is for 2 portions, but you can adjust the serving size to suit you. It does give you a little warning because it's making sure that you understand that we haven't tested this recipe, so it's totally up to you here. We're going to press start, and up the top, this is where we can calculate the new serving size. We can maybe drop it down to 1, or maybe we just want to boost it up a little bit to 3. And it will actually adjust everything for me. I can still edit from there. So I can save this recipe, press done. And then if I go back into it, if I wanted to adjust it even further, we just go back to that little pencil here in the bottom right hand corner and it will allow us to edit from there. So as you can see, we've got lots of options on what we can do on Cookidoo to not only make our lives easier, to save time, to save money, and to just have fun while we're cooking. So creating your own recipe library has never been easier. Whether you're tweaking family favorites or you're building something new, Cookidoo helps you make it your own. And if you want help getting started or need ideas, your consultant is just a message away. In our final video, we're going to take you through how all of this looks right on the screen of your TM7.